friends, welcome back. Here I talk about poetry and things that actually matter in life. And today I'm going to talk about the value of discipline and how without discipline life is chaotic or it can get chaotic very fast. So if you're someone who's struggling to have discipline or not being able to stick with a process to achieve whatever you desire, then I recommend that you try out these habits that I'm going to mention today. The first thing that comes to mind after hearing the word discipline is armed forces and their effectiveness in whatever they do. So discipline comes when some action is repeated without interruptions and regardless of whether you want to do it or not. It's crucial because there is no consistency in life without discipline. So just like armed forces, if you put yourself in a stimulating environment for discipline and train yourself every day, you will reach your peak effectiveness through self-discipline. So ever since the pandemic started, many of us had to work from home and some are still doing so. Having discipline is more crucial than ever because you want to be productive at work, but you also want to maintain a personal life at the same time. The line between personal and professional life has blurred over the past few years, especially in the last 2 years. And without discipline, the chances of giving up on anything increase drastically. Whether you are aware or not, the natural course of life always heads towards chaos, and you need discipline to fight back. But the question remains, how do you develop discipline? And the perfect answer remains elusive. However, I can tell you that it's a trial and error approach. Whatever might work for you might not work for someone else. So keep that in mind. But it's also worth remembering that discipline doesn't come overnight. You embody it gradually over a period of time. Also, it takes an instant to lose all that discipline. But if you focus on habits that bring it, it's bound to stick with you for a long time. So here are a few list of habits that I also use and I recommend you use as well to bring discipline into your own lives as well. So the first is journaling, and this is a very easy way to make yourself more disciplined. There are a lot of ways to journal. You can select your own preferred way. The goal is to sit down every day and commit yourself to writing or whatever you prefer to do in your own way of journaling. Even if you don't have much to say, you can decide if you want to journal in the morning or in the evening, but whatever time you decide, stick with it. For me, I maintain 2 journals. The first is a 5-minute journal, and this journal mainly focuses on the gratitude aspect of my life. I write whatever I'm grateful for, what I want to achieve that particular day, and how my previous day went. And it provides me with a twofold benefit. One, I get to journal and be disciplined, and I get to reflect daily on how my life is going. And the second way I like to journal is called morning pages. This journal in a nutshell is all about putting unfiltered raw thoughts on paper, regardless of whether they make sense or not, until there is nothing left lingering in the head. And both these methods are inspired by Tim Ferriss, and I'm sure this gives these methods an additional credibility. The second habit to bring discipline is to understand that your sleep matters. You should have a somewhat fixed sleeping cycle. Try to wake up and go to bed at the same time every day. What this does is it allows the body to form a natural rhythm that helps maintain a proper distribution of hormones within the body itself, which in turn reduces the tiredness, the sleepiness or exhaustion, and improves your mood and energy levels as well. And the third habit to bring discipline is to recognize enjoyable and unenjoyable tasks. So figure out the things that you do enjoy doing and the things that you don't enjoy doing. And also recognize what are your most productive and least productive times during the day. So perform tasks that don't require much mental energy, for example checking emails, during your least productive times and engage your mental faculties more for creative or your office work in your most productive times. Now, taking this a step further, you can also start doing your tasks at the same time and the same place to create muscle and mind memory. So, when it comes to discipline, the goal is to reach a point where you don't have to think about before doing anything. It should become second nature to you. So, for example, I have a couple of desks in my room. I use one for work and I use the other one for my creative things. And I never switch their roles. The way this works is, whenever I'm sitting at my creativity desk, my brain is aware that this desk is analogous to me doing creative work or me to be in a creative mode. And when I sit at my work desk, my brain is aware that I'm about to do some analytical work. And both the examples that I just mentioned incorporate what James Clear calls environment design in his book Atomic Habits. And I highly recommend it to anyone looking to design their life to be lived at its full potential, starting on an atomic level. And I know that today I barely scratched the surface of what is possible to bring discipline, but I wanted to provide very straightforward and actionable advice that can be implemented without them being overwhelming to you. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time. If you liked what you just heard, it would make my day if you would be kind enough to leave a review. I will meet you again here next week.